And we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another scene
Yay.
for Darkness in Dublin, the Werewolf the Apocalypse venue. In this scene, we have a very special occurrence that is happening. We find ourselves with Celeste Gonzalez, twin to Bailey Gonzalez, at the airport waiting for her brother to pick her up because that's what he was supposed to do today. They even double checked that today was the day, but he is nowhere to be found.
um, so essentially, Celeste is she's gonna text before she calls. She's gonna wait like 10 minutes to wait to see if her text has been answered. And after 10 minutes, she dials this number. Ring, ring, ring. Call
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
go. Call
no
doesn't go
answer.
through. Call doesn't go through. So Bailey
You
gave.
you
Sorry, go
even
ahead.
get you even get the this voicemail box is full.
Oh, baby brother. Um, so instead of after she like calls, she's gonna text her mom and she's gonna say, "Mom, I'm at the airport. Where's Bailey?"
So there's a moment before she gets an answer where she can only assume is that her mom is staring wide-eyed at the phone and she'll text back, Bailey is out with his pack. What airport?
And she'll just text back the name of the airport, like Dublin International or
Yeah,
something like that.
she can almost sense the blinking on the other side.
Mhm.
And she'll get back at the three dots and then uh, a response. What terminal? I'm on
Uh,
my way.
she'll text the terminal. She'll be like, I'm here," and she's gonna take a picture of herself and send a picture to her mom. She's standing outside and she like turns the camera sideways and takes a picture and has the terminal number on it and a picture of her smiling, and she sends it off to her mom.
Um, yeah, so she very quickly uh makes her way, grabbing Sebastian to come with
Mhm.
her because our
Of
daughter
course.
is here that we haven't seen in a while, and we didn't know she was coming. So you're coming with me. Come on, let's go. Um, it doesn't even give him time to process what she just said. Just kind of grabs him. We're going,
Right.
um,
So
which
like
is funny.
while she's waiting, she's gonna get like a cup of coffee, a bite to eat because she just made like an 8 hour flight.
Uh,
Um, and she's probably like I don't know, probably like reading through a school book, something like that. So looking at medical notes, things like that, because that's kind of just what she does when she's bored. She's got music going in headphones. She's just sitting there waiting for her parents.
so yeah, so her parents do live a little ways outside of the city proper, just because Alyssa does like to garden and stuff like that, and
Hmm.
in the city center is not the best place for that. So
Of
they
course.
live kind of like in a suburb. So it takes them a little bit to get there. Um, but she does get there as fast as she can.
Hmm.
and uh, let's see. I really need to upgrade Minicam so I can have more than one overlay up at a time without the picture in picture.
um, I'd also like while she's waiting, she's gonna text Bailey again. She'd be like, "Where are you?"
So by this time, he would have guessed that she has contacted their parents.
Hmm.
And he'll say, I'll be at home waiting for you guys.
I just text. I just text back one word: dork.
Get back the smiley face with the tongue sticking out.
Uh huh.
See you soon, sis.
Love you.
Love you too. And so yeah, these two um come walking in. Sebastian is very tall. He's about 6'3", 6'4", somewhere in there. Alyssa
Okay.
is not tall. She is about a foot shorter, a whole foot shorter than Sebastian.
Okay. That's
And
legitimate.
uh, but by the way that she walks, you can tell that she's the boss.
hmm And so when she sees them, she stands up and she's kind of got tears in her eyes because she hasn't seen her parents in ages. And she kind of like rushes over to hug both of them, leaving her bags and her coffee and her food where they are.
Yep. As soon as they spot her, they kind of like do the same. Both of them just open their arms to her and they just kind of take her in together.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because they were not expecting this. They were not expecting her to
No,
come here.
no, it
And
was supposed to be a surprise.
yep, so that was quite a surprise. um, and like Sebastian does have a little bit of a tough exterior, except for when it comes to his family. He just kind of melts. It just kind of melts away. Um, and Alyssa will look to her after hugging her and with a few with her own tears in her eyes, say, "What are you doing here?"
Well, I decided to come over and surprise you. I'm here for the summer, but I think I might be looking at schools, maybe.
Her jaw
Um,
drops, and the tears that were forming kind of spill, and
yeah.
Sebastian just kind of beams at that.
I told Bailey, I told him that today was the day that he was supposed to come pick me up because I was going to be home at you guys' place. When you got home from work, and I just wanted it to be like this huge surprise, but I think he might have forgotten I was supposed to be coming in
So both the it's funny because the expression of both Sebastian and Alyssa's face is almost exactly identical.
today. Right.
Like forgot, sure.
So like I texted him and I called him and then I called you, Mom, and then I texted him again uh while I was waiting. And he said, I'll see you at home. He's such a dork. God.
Yeah, which absolutely means that he planned it this way. Of course he did. Oh, she kind of like shakes her head like, yep, that's our child right there. Well, and Alyssa will say, I'm very glad to see you and happy to hear that you are going to be here for at least the summer and if not longer. It's been so long since I've had both of my children with me.
I know, like school's been really good. I graduated. I mean, you guys were there for my graduation.
Yeah, but
And
that was kind of a whirlwind trip. We didn't get a chance to really like
yeah, I
spend a
know,
lot of time with you.
but I'm here now. And I mean, like it seems pretty nice here from what I've seen, even though it's only the inside of the airport. Um,
Well, it is raining outside, because it's Ireland. It rains a lot, and
I like rain.
there's a situation brewing, so to speak, that I will brief you on in the car.
Yeah.
She nods. She can
at-
tell by her demeanor that there's something kind of freaky going on that the urge might benefit from.
Yeah, so when Alyssa says that there's something strange going on, Celeste kind of just like raises an eyebrow at that, like a situation.
Mhm.
Uh-huh. I see.
She just nods. Yep, the situation. That's what we're calling it in the middle of the airport. A situation.
A situation. Yeah, let me get my bags. Do you guys want coffee or anything? I'll buy in.
So Sebastian is already like over there. He noticed her bags and is already like over there getting them for her.
Dad.
Look, I'm here and I am. He just kind of gestures to himself, more than capable of carrying your bag.
Thank you. But yeah, do you guys want a coffee or something to eat while we're here? Or we can like get something on the way. I'm not sure how far out we're going.
Um, it's
Tell you
about
what time of
30.
day? What time of day is it? Would you say?
Well, depending on what time she left, if she took like an overnight flight, it could be like midday. If she took a early morning flight, it would be evening.
I would say she probably took an early morning flight, so it'd
Okay.
be evening. So
Yeah,
she's
it would
gonna
be
ask.
evening, about
Um,
sunset probably.
yeah, she's gonna ask, have you guys had dinner yet?
Was actually about to start making it when I got the message.
What do you want for dinner, Mom? My treat.
Um, I don't. Hmm. She's like, I don't know. I don't usually go out for dinner. I always cook it.
I mean, we can stop at a grocery store. What were you planning on making for dinner? Please tell me it was my favorite.
Maybe, but I didn't know you were coming, so it might not have been.
Okay. Um, well, I guess is there like a grocery store near your house? I imagine that there is.
Yes, there is a grocery store.
Okay. Well,
What
um,
do you want for dinner, my dear?
mm, 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 whatever you're making is fine.
She narrows her eyes at her like, you are so my kid. Fucking insane.
Um,
She
uh,
sighs and shakes her head.
you
And
guys, you guys,
Sebastian will look at both of them and say, I'm going to grill chicken on the grill. That's what we're doing for dinner.
okay. All right. Barbecue?
Yep.
I love you, Dad.
And we don't actually need to go to the grocery store. I have all everything I need from the garden. So for
Okay.
extras.
Do you guys want a coffee or anything while we're here? Tea, maybe?
Since you are insisting, I will take some tea.
Okay. And so I guess we'll walk over to or like
There's probably a cafe or something like
yeah,
that
something
in
like
the
that. And
airport.
we're gonna get like coffee, tea, maybe a snack if they're hungry. Um, and Celeste
She
is
can notice she can notice Sebastian sending a message from his phone.
I'd like to like see if I can peek at what he's writing.
Sure. Make me just a perception alertness. How tall is Celeste? I don't
She's
think she's much taller than her mother, is she?
she is probably shorter than her mother. That's three dice. That's three dice.
Okay.
I don't have anything in alertness, and I probably should.
Yes, you should. That's okay. Downtime's coming. Um,
Yeah, yeah, it is.
next
So
week.
yeah, that's
Uh,
that's three dice.
three
Um,
dice. Do you have
So
any acute senses?
uh,
I don't think so.
can you look at my character sheet? I don't think that I do.
Yeah, I don't think you do either. I'm looking now.
That's all right.
You've got nope, no
Okay.
acute senses.
All right.
I didn't think you did, but I just wanted to
Yeah,
make
I
sure.
didn't think I did either.
Okay. So,
Yeah, no, I don't.
since he's much taller, I'm making it a difficulty 7.
Okay.
Nope, no successes.
Oh. So
But he's okay. Go ahead.
hmm?
Go ahead and say what you're gonna say.
She'll actually like try and she's trying to make it like not obvious that she's like, "Hey, Dad, what you doing?"
He notices that she's trying to look, and he'll smile to her, say, "I'm texting your brother. At least if he's gonna be home, he can have the grill ready."
Okay, I was about to say somebody's in trouble.
He grins. Normally, yes, but because it was a ploy to get us to come pick you up instead, no, not this time.
Good. I think his intentions were good. She
They
kind of
were.
looks like questionable when she's saying that. Um, um,
Bailey, Sebastian will say, Bailey normally has, I wouldn't, he's a Shadow Lord, so not necessarily good intentions, but his heart is usually in the right place when it comes to his family.
still just nod her head at that.
And
Um,
like he did say Shadow Lord quietly, but there's not, because of Alyssa's rage, there's not a lot of people within hearing distance. So
what is her rage? What is her rage at?
She is an Athro Galliard and she's been through some shit, so it's at 6.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Celeste is at a 4.
Oh,
So,
well,
so she
like
so she was
mother, like
probably
daughter then.
so she was probably sitting alone by herself on the plane.
Yeah,
And she didn't.
probably.
She probably doesn't even feel bad about it.
She had a whole
Um.
row to herself. Like that's the best way to fly, right?
Yeah. She put her feet up.
Because
She probably fell asleep
like the average person's willpower is 3 to 4. Children is
Mhm.
about 2. So she
Mhm.
definitely would not have had any children or parents with children around her on the plane.
Yeah.
She might have had a
Probably not.
couple of braver souls sitting like in front of her or in the aisle across, but I don't think anybody would have actually wanted to sit next to her. So,
Probably not. That's okay.
which is fine.
Sometimes
Like,
sometimes there are benefits to being a werewolf.
absolutely.
Like
So, but
having an
yes.
entire row to yourself on an airplane, you know? I mean,
So yeah, between the two of them and their higher than normal rage scores, there's not really anybody within hearing distance. And the person
okay.
that is behind the counter is going to very quickly and quietly and efficiently make their order.
Good. um, so we're gonna get our order. We're gonna go back to the car and
Yep.
have the talk.
Yes, going to have the talk. So
We're going to have
I'm going to
we're
take
gonna
Sebastian's overlay away. I'm
Okay.
just going to have Alyssa's up because she's the one that's going to be explaining this. Sebastian's going to be driving. Um, so, and Alyssa's going to opt to sit in the back seat with her daughter.
Okay.
Um,
Um,
so,
so when we're um like she's kind of just nursing her coffee right now and kind of like nibbling on whatever snack she got, probably like a pastry or something like that. Um, and she's gonna ask her dad to pull the car over, kind of in like a really um nondescript location, just like she just needs 5 minutes.
uh,
Because she needs to tell them something rather
sure,
important that she doesn't necessarily want to tell Bailey just yet.
for
Um,
sure. Okay. Sebastian will look concerned, but he will do as she asked, especially since her whole demeanor like changed
Yeah.
and everything. So he will find
Yeah.
a place that's safe to pull over but doesn't draw suspicion.
Mhm.
Um,
And
and
so
he will turn around.
she does have she does look visibly upset when she's getting ready to talk about this. Um,
Both of them are looking at her with all the concern.
I've been seeing a therapist. Um, um, I'm on anxiety medication, um, and she'll just like name off some random generic
Mm-hmm.
anxiety medication that lots of people take. Um, and she'll pull the bottle out and she'll take one. Um, and she'll kind of move away from her mom, not as a I don't want you to comfort me type thing, but more as I want to look at both of you guys while I'm telling you this.
For sure. Yeah.
Um, and so like I said, she says I've been seeing a therapist and I've been seeing a therapist for a while. Um, I was I think it was when I was 15. I had something something happened that I feel is really important to let you guys know about. And she's kind of going between making eye contact and not making eye contact. Like she's looking up when she's not talking and looking down when she is. Um, um, I don't actually remember the guy's name. Shit. Um, but she'll ask, do you remember this person? Um,
Yeah, we
he
decided he was a family friend, right?
Yeah, we did. And
Okay.
she'll say, do you remember this guy? He used to come over a lot when me and Bailey were teenagers. Um,
Sebastian and Alyssa will both nod kind of in unison.
Bailey Bailey was at school or was with friends or something like that, and I had to come home, and I had a chemistry test that I had to study for, and it was really important. But I remember us coming home and he was there waiting. I think he was looking for Dad. Um, I told him that he could come in and wait because Dad was getting off work soon. And she gives him both a really knowing look, um, and she'll simply say, I used to go to doctor's appointments, um, and there was he took something away from me that's important to all of us. You know, it's important to who we are. And I thought I talked to doctors to see if I could have surgery to fix it, but I don't think that there there's any way that I can. And she she
So,
she will she will basically come out and say that she can't have children.
right. Sebastian looks angry, not at her, but at the situation. Alyssa also has a look of not necessarily anger, but definitely concerned for her child, obviously, but she looks to her and she says, that doesn't matter nearly as much as he took something away from you personally that he didn't have any right to take, and I'm so sorry about that.
And she does start crying a bit, and she'll like, God, as a player, even I'm tearing up. Shit.
Yeah.
And she'll just look at her parents and say, I should have told you. I I should
you were
have
you were
I should have
scared. I get it.
I should have said something, but I felt so ashamed, you know. I felt
Sebastian like basically crawls into the back seat and becomes like his anger melts away, and he like as much as he can fold himself up into uh getting himself into a position on like the floorboard, probably like in the center,
uh-huh.
because it is uh it's a it's like a mid-size SUV. It's not a
Okay.
small car, so
Okay.
so because he can't drive a small car. um so but
If he scoots the seat back far enough, he probably could.
right. maybe, but it's just more comfortable for him to drive more
Yeah.
like an SUV. So that's
Mhm.
what. But so he like kind of like puts himself in front of her, to where he's looking at her, and he doesn't like go to like hug her or anything just yet, but he does take her hand and squeeze it and look to her with those very soft brown eyes. You have every right to feel how you felt, and you had your reasons, and I don't blame you one bit for how
And
you handled it.
she just kind of furrows her eyebrows a little bit, like she's actually kind of having this is one of the things that like um gives her a lot of anxiety to talk about, and so she's kind of like she's not really making eye contact with either of them right now.
Right, which is fine. But he's still looking at her, even though she's not looking back to him. He just making sure that she
Yeah.
knows that he's a
Of
comforting presence, and
course.
he'll say, "Thank you for telling us now. If you had told me then, I would have killed him."
She just gives it like a soft chuckle, and she's like, that might still come to pass.
It might. We have ways of tracking him down. Alyssa nods. Yes, yes, we do. Um,
And um anyway, Mom, another thing is I've been searching for your brother, trying to see if I can find him. I haven't had any
she
luck so far, but I really want to see if I can find him.
she swallows,
Because if
and
I
she
was,
just like almost instant tears hearing that.
because think about it this way: if Bailey ever got taken away from me, I would probably feel much the same.
She just hugs her.
And still hug her back. Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I always
Okay.
get this emotional with
Okay.
with scenes. It's fine. And
But yeah,
it adds to the character.
yeah. But
I
yeah, Celeste will hug her back, and she actually she whispers something into her in Spanish, and she just says, "We'll find him. We'll get him back, and we'll bring him home."
She just nods. And at that moment, I think that they're sort of comforting each other over. Sebastian will wrap his arms around both of them and hugs them both. We are a strong family. We have endured much and overcome much, and we are much stronger together
than we are apart.
Exactly. He smiles, like knowing that she knew what was coming next. How many times has he given this speech in their lives, in her life? Like, but welcome home. Thank you for coming home. Thank you for telling us, and we will help you in whatever way we can.
I was angry. I was really angry for a long time, and I think that's part of the reason maybe why my grades started to fail. But I think after a while, I didn't accept the fact, but I came to terms with it. And one day, I hope to be able to look him in the eyes and ask him why. Not to issue an apology, because he doesn't deserve that, but just to look him in the eyes and ask him why. Because, and maybe let Dad issue some violence onto him. And she honestly, when she says that, even despite her soft-hearted merit, or I can't remember. No, it's a flaw.
It's a flaw.
Despite her soft-hearted flaw, she doesn't sound remorseful or saddened when she says that. Like, she wants that, like that bastard deserves what he gets.
Yeah, that is
gets what he deserves.
Completely logical overvision, or a completely logical way to override the flaw. Absolutely, I agree.
Yeah. Home so I can hug my baby brother.
Yes, and probably punch him in the shoulder.
There's no probably to that, Mom.
She chuckles, and Sebastian will release them and accordion himself back to the front of the car. Before he does that, he'll place a soft kiss on Celeste's forehead and press his forehead to hers.
She smiles at him.
And and he'll just say very softly, "Te amo."
I love you too.
And then he'll get back into the front seat or into the driver's seat of the car. Alyssa takes tissues out of her bag, hands some to Celeste, wipes her eyes, blows her nose.
Yeah. Does all the things that you do after you've been crying.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then as Sebastian begins to drive again, she looks to her and she'll say, "Now I've got something to tell you that is
the situation."
Yes, the situation that I mentioned.
What's going on?
Well, I'm sure that you noticed that there is some clouds.
I mean, it's the British Isles. It rains here all the time, doesn't it?
Yes, but look out the window and look a little bit closer at those dark clouds.
Okay, so she will do that. Do I need to make a roll for this?
From what I read, it's pretty obvious, so no.
Um,
Like it's not something she would have noticed right away because they didn't spend a whole lot of time outside. So
right. So
she might have
with
noticed it as they were flying over, though, that there was something a little off.
that's true, but she's probably had her nose in a book or something.
Hmm.
She doesn't really like flying very much. She likes keeping her feet on the ground, much like
Yep.
myself.
Um,
Um, so she probably wasn't like looking out the window um during her flight.
that's fair. So, yeah, no, she'll, and with her spirit heritage of Grandfather Thunder, she would feel this kind of pull that
Hmm.
that there's something amiss with these clouds. Because her innate connection with Grandfather Thunder is going to alert her of that. Um, once she starts to like actually concentrate on the clouds.
Hmm.
Um,
Mom, what what is going on?
apparently, some catastrophic world-ending events are happening right now.
Sorry, Charlotte. This is what happens when you have two characters who start with the letter C.
See,
Um, Celeste will kind of go wide-eyed, like she looks at her mom like she just grew a second head.
you're right.
What are you talking about?
The Umbra is overridden with veins that aren't your standard run-of-the-mill worm creatures. They're something more.
Oh
And
boy.
also, uh, from what I've heard, there are these spiders that seem even more unnatural than the Banes and are draining people of their life force and feeding them to something else.
Feeding them to what? When Celeste talks about the Umbra, she becomes very serious because she is a Theurge, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And so like she because she's so connected and she has all of the mysticism that goes along with it. She looks like she's very concerned. Like this shouldn't be happening. What's going on? How do we stop it? Essentially.
There has been a call for any able bodied supernatural to help in the city. This being that is attempting to essentially take over the world is known as Lord Ishar. I believe he is a very powerful vampire.
Celeste looks kind of disgusted when Alyssa says that.
Mm-hmm. He's not the kind that we would normally work with when we are forced to deal with them. This is one that you will have the chance if you decide to help, which I will not stop you if you decide to help. I believe that we could probably use all of the Theurges we can get. I'm sorry to throw this at you right after arriving, but
I mean, that's important. I'm glad
it
that
is
you told
important.
me. How
Um,
many how many how many Theurges do we have with us right now?
well, she she thinks for a moment.
And I mean not cubs.
Right. I've got a couple of Theurge cubs, but I don't really want. Uh,
And I
she
don't
shakes
think
her
that
head.
like they're
Well, besides,
no offense to them, of course, but tested enough to,
well, I
to
mean,
handle
besides
such things.
you, um, like she'll go ahead and list the NPC Theurges, even though they're not going to be doing a whole lot to affect this plot, obviously, because it's
Okay.
a PC thing. But she'll say, um, uh, there are 1, 2, I think there's 5.
Oh, okay.
But not all of them are probably going to be capable of helping, as they have their own things that they need to do to keep the sept safe.
Of course, that's understandable.
Especially your uncle Adam. She would know that he is Rose's husband, who's Rose is Sebastian's twin sister, and he is the right master.
Ah, I see. Okay.
He is an elder. He's an elder Glasswalker Theurge.
Okay.
So, and then
do we know what the vampires are doing about this?
I would assume that they are as concerned about it as we are and are trying to do everything they can to help stop it.
Are we going to parlay with them, or are we
In
going
this
to
instance,
be
we
taking this from our own angle?
from what I gather, it is going to be it's going to take a monumental effort from all of the supernatural beings in the city working together against this threat. So we will be working alongside them. I know it's a lot to swallow. Normally, this is not something we would do. But this is not a normal circumstance.
Are they okay?
Yeah. He was just coughing. It's fine.
Well, I mean, as much as I dislike the existence of those things, I can understand working with them would be a necessity at this point in time. Do we know how it happened? Like what brought this all about?
I'm not entirely sure. I just know that some events were set in motion, and we find ourselves here with these black clouds and the Umbra overrun with banes and things that are almost out of our control. No, almost. They are out of our control. There are not enough of us to keep all of these things at bay.
I can't imagine, well, of course.
If, you know, it's not something that is, I don't think it's something that's happening tomorrow, but it is something that I wanted you aware of, and that if you feel the need to help, then I won't stop you from helping. But for now, you can settle in, catch up. For now, you can settle in, catch up with the family, get to know people around Sept. I have my hands full with cubs right now. She kind of chuckles.
How many do you have?
I have 4.
Oh God.
One of them is a lupus. One of them, I think, thinks he's a lupus. One of them is very, very mischievous. You know, he got throated by the Sept Beta in her own home because he disrespected her.
Oh, that's really funny.
It is hilarious, and she doesn't pull any punches at all. Like, I heard about it.
Literally or figuratively speaking.
Oh, well, she tries not to pull any punches unless it's absolutely necessary and to make a statement because she is a Ragabash. And this was a cub Ragabash that was trying to push him
Oh.
to push his boundaries with her.
Uh-huh.
So he's
Oh,
but
um,
he's come a little bit farther since then. I think he's learned what he can and can't do, at least with the older members of the Sept. He's still
of
testing younger members, of course, but
course. She's actually gonna show her mom the fetish that she has,
uh-huh. Okay.
and she'll just like hold up the necklace and show it to her.
She smiles.
It's wonderful. I love it. And she like looks down at it and smiles at it.
I'm glad. That will definitely help, I think, keep you safe and uh, work to your advantage should you decide to help with this Ishar situation.
Of course.
But
I need to learn. I wonder if there's anybody who could teach me more rights, possibly. I'd love to learn some more.
she just kind of, well, she kind of raises her hand, but she, I can, but
Would you be willing to?
of course I would be willing to teach you more rights, but for when you're higher up, for when you're in more need of Thayer specific rights, even though I do know them, I think it would be more beneficial for you to spend time with your uncle because he could help. Uh, you know,
Definitely think so.
he is the right master of the Sept. He obviously knows more rights than I do. I think he does. I'm not sure actually. She kind of like looks up like, does he know more
Like
rights?
she's
Because
like she's counting.
yeah, like yeah, actually we might be pretty equal. I think the only rights that he probably knows that I don't are his tribe specific.
Okay. Add a character. What tribe is um her uncle?
Glasswalker. He's a
Oh, glass
Glasswalker elder.
glasswalker.
Yeah, elder
Okay.
Glasswalker Thayerge.
Okay.
He was born Fiona, and he
Mhm.
went Glasswalker. Um,
Okay.
and she is Children of Gaia, born Shadow Lord, went Children of Gaia,
Yeah, I
which is
remember.
why her children still have high Shadow Lord pure breed because that does still pass. Um,
Yep.
but even though she's a child of Gaia, but she shows her Shadow Lord heritage so much sometimes. So great.
So I guess
But
we can like arrive at the house to
yes.
see.
So yeah, by the time the conversation is winding down, they do pull up to the house.
Okay.
It is a fairly modest house, but it's
Hmm.
big enough. Um, uh, they have a sizable lot, um,
Hmm.
uh, which was important for Alyssa to have room for her garden and stuff.
Right.
So there are all kinds of things planted out front.
Okay.
It appears that she does the how their own landscaping. Um, 'Cause that is something
so
that she's
so
very much into.
so she's like mostly like vegetables and like
And
um
herbs. She's an herbalist too.
okay. So vegetables, herbs, any kind of like
Yeah,
possibly like berry plants like strawberries or something like that.
she really loves plants, and honestly, whatever she can make grow, she'll plant it. Um,
Okay. I think
and
I think Celeste
there's a lot
kind
of
of likes plants
flower.
too, so
Yeah, there's a lot of flowers of different colors and varieties, and then there's a lot of she does grow food, and herbs for both eating purposes and medicinal purposes. Um,
okay.
so She was a nurse before she devoted herself full time to the nation.
Right.
So, so she's using a lot of that knowledge too, and things that she's picked up over the years, who she's trained under before, and stuff like that. So,
Okay.
but yeah. So yeah, there's plants and planters, and Celeste would know that there's likely a greenhouse in the back. Which she will go see at some point. But so yeah, they'll walk up to the house, and
So I just want to make it known as I'm walking through the door, I'm gonna like hesitate and like peek around the corners looking for Bailey just in case he's like trying to like attack hug Celeste.
go ahead and make me or I'll go ahead and roll your perception alertness.
Just perception.
Yep. And at least alertness is a talent, so there's no penalty on it.
There's no penalty.
You don't notice anything.
Okay. So she'll like walk into the house and like she's gonna help her dad bring her bags in. And she's I guess gonna like set them down on the floor.
So she does not get attacked, hugged, or anything like that. But when she does set her bag down and she looks up, she will notice Bailey sitting on the couch with a very not a smug look, but I guess a mischievous, knowing look on his face. There's a bit of a smirk, and he does stand up.
And Celeste is gonna like open her arms, like, come on.
Yeah, he runs up. So he is almost as tall as Sebastian. He is about 6 feet.
Of course.
So he comes over and he picks her up.
And like swings her around.
Pretty much. Swings her around, hugs her very, very tightly.
She's gonna do that thing that she does where she like when he sets her back down, she's gonna muss his hair up.
He'll even lean down for her to do it because he knows it's coming.
She's gonna kiss him on the cheek and she's like, "Hey, baby brother."
Hey, big sis.
How you doing?
He nods. Not too bad. I'm sorry. He kind of like scratches his neck and looks around away from her. I'm sorry for forgetting about you at the airport.
And she'll do the air quotes thing, forgetting.
I totally forgot. I spaced it.
You need to clear out your voicemail box.
Fuck.
Bro, you really need to clear out your voicemail box.
I don't ever check that thing ever. I really don't like phones. But and he like cups his hand over his mouth to kind of whisper to her, but mom and dad and sister have one.
I actually feel like we will like wrap up because I think my boyfriend's getting ready to want to go to bed.
Yeah, we were going to.
Oh, really? Hold on. Oh, okay. Apparently he was just testing something for the computer.
Oh, okay.
So I've got like a few minutes.
Okay. So yeah. So he's gonna so yeah, he just kind of like rolls his eyes and shakes his head like, they insist I have one, so I've got one.
I mean, it's important in this day and age.
Yeah, but I don't look. Mom can communicate with me anytime she wants to through my mind, just like my pack can. So I don't understand why I've got to have a phone.
Oh,
and Sebastian clears his throat. And
you've got to remember.
He looks to his dad and blushes and he nods. Right. Sorry.
She's just gonna kind of like like press her fist against his shoulder, like to move him a little bit. She doesn't gonna like punch his shoulder or anything, but she's just gonna like fake punch his shoulder, sort of.
Yeah, for sure. He will fake like it hurt really badly. Like, oh God.
Come, will you like help me, like show me to my room? Like you have a room that I can stay in?
Yeah.
There's actually something I wanna tell you.
He nods and he'll take her to the room that they had actually planned for her to stay in whenever she decided to come and visit, whenever that would be. Um, so it's got like a few things from her childhood in it, and stuff like that. That they just kind of like it's a sentimental shrine to Celeste.
Right.
So yeah,
So
but he'll
she's
bring her
gonna
in and sit down.
she's gonna put her bags on the floor, and she's gonna sit down on the bed, and she's gonna pat the side of the bed for her brother to sit down.
He'll sit.
Um, I wanted you to know because I've already told mom and dad, but she'll basically just kind of go through the same talk that she had with Alyssa
Mm-hmm.
and Sebastian.
So the expression on his face as he's listening is much the same as what's on his overlay. Just
Okay.
that sort of it's and she can tell that it's not at her but at the situation.
Right.
Like he takes a deep breath. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I wasn't there to protect you.
It's not your fault.
I should have been there and I should have known that something was wrong. We're twins.
Yeah, we're twins, but we don't have a we don't have a telepathic connection. We're not cartoon characters.
I,
It's not your fault.
I still should have known. I'm sorry.
I'm the one that kept it from you. It's not your fault that I didn't tell you, or that I didn't tell anybody until today.
Can I hug you?
Of course you can hug me, baby brother. You can always hug me.
He hugs her very tightly. There's nothing we can do
Well,
about the past, but we can make him pay in the future.
yeah. When he hugs her, there's kind of this feeling that she has, like, um, like he's this other part of her, almost like he knows her as much as he knows himself, and
Yeah.
the same goes for her as well because they are twins and they
Mm-hmm.
shared a womb and everything. So um, she'll actually cry a little bit when he hugs her because of course it's her twin.
Yeah.
Um, and so she'll hug him back and say, "I love you," and it wasn't your fault. There's only one person whose fault it was, and it's not yours, it's not dad's, it's not mom's, it's not mine.
He'll nod. Right. And we'll make him pay.
Someday.
One day.
I'm hoping that there's some way to fix it because, it's important. It's important to who we are. It's a huge part of our identity. When that identity is taken away from us, it's taken away from everything that we are.
Yeah. I know. I'll help you, okay?
Okay.
We'll figure it
I want
out.
to meet I want to meet this pack of yours. They sound like a rowdy bunch.
Oh, you're gonna love them. He's just like his whole face lights up.
I mean, if they're
I don't know why they accepted me, the broody edgelord, as their pack philodox, but here I am.
yeah,
Maybe
if they're
that's
your
why. Maybe I'm their token
maybe
edgelord. I don't know.
maybe if they're your family, they're my family too.
Well, and the great thing is that um, they're all connected to the Sept leadership, so that makes all of us kind of one big family.
Of course. And she'll get up and she'll start unpacking her things and setting them all in the appropriate places. Books in the bookshelf, clothes in the drawers, or the closet. Um,
Yeah. Bailey will
she's
help if
so.
she will allow him to, and if
Of
not, he'll
course.
just kind of yeah.
No,
Yeah, so
of course.
Bailey will help her unpack and put stuff away,
Um, so
I think. For
hmm?
now. You think for now that's probably a good place, or did you want to?
I think that is actually the perfect place because that is her getting settled in
Yes.
essentially. And
Yes.
I think that is a wonderful place to cut our scene.
Okay. Sounds good. Then we will end our scene here with the twins reconnecting and getting her and getting Celeste settled in. And thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.